5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
I don't really care if you cry. I don't really shouldn't ever lie. Should've saw the way she looked me in my eyes. She said, baby, I am not afraid to die. Push me to the edge, all my friends are dead. Push me to the edge, all my friends are dead.
What's up, guys? It's Not here, and I am back with another video. Okay. All right, I am back to back. Okay, I am rolling. You feel me? So guess what today's video is going to be about? It is story time. My second story time. But yes, we are into story time about my knee injury. This is gonna be an interesting one. It ain't long, but it's long. Like, yeah, like it was a hard journey. But you know, I am back and I'm better. I'm getting better day by day. And you know, I got more videos coming up for y'all. And you know, just be prepared for anything, and make sure y'all go like, subscribe, tell your mom, your dad, your grandfather, your great aunt, your god sister, godmother, great grandfather to come subscribe to my channel. Please promote. Please comment below on to what my next video should be about. Hopefully it's dorm room shopping, because that's what I'm supposed to be planning to do with my neighbor, because you know, I invited her over. Anywho, enough talk about that. Let's get into the video. Alright, so it all started, it all started March 26th. It was my first meet for the outdoor season. You know, preparing myself for it, I was nervous because I'm a hurdler and I had to do intermediates, and that's one of my best races for the outdoor season. And the whole plan was to go to counties and hopefully state Qs and do what I had to do and get scholarship money for it and everything. Now, usually on our track meet days, we wear like track shirts and stuff like that. And here, this is my yearbook. Right here, I said I run the 100-meter hurdles and the 400-meter intermediate hurdles. I found that track helps me accomplish so much and helps me feel proud of myself. That was the day. That was hours before, like literally a good 2 hours before I ran my first race, because they were asking the teammate us, the seniors in the track team, for quotes, and they wanted pictures. So yeah, that's crazy, right? And I also, my friend Jalen, he tore his ACL. He had an ACL injury, and he was the last person I talked to before I left, like right before I left. It's crazy because I was not expecting that at all. Alright, so boom, right? We at the track meet. I run my first race, which is the intermediates, because that's always the first event. I did okay. I mean, I did fine. Like, my time-wise was fine, especially for the beginning of the season. It was cold. But let me tell you now, we were at Westbury, and that track was trash. That track felt like concrete. It was hard as hell. It was terrible. And the last two hurdles, because I got so tired, like, I got over, but I didn't. Like, my leg pushed the hurdle down. I came in second, which isn't bad, but especially because of the girl I came in first, like, I already knew she was elite. Like, she was really good. So I was proud of my time and whatever, but I caught a bad migraine. Like, I guess because of the impact of my foot hitting the ground, and especially because I pushed the whole hurdle over. the impact, it probably caused a migraine. It made me get a migraine. And my mom was there. I told my mom to come because she was off. It was on a Monday, and she was off. So I told her to come. And she came over to me, and I was just on the floor because usually after those races, my butt is tight, my legs is tight, my legs is burning, and like I'm all faded out because I'm all dizzy because it's just, that's a hard race. Like, that's just the worst race ever created. I don't know who the hell created that damn race, but anywho. So I had a really bad, it was to the point where I was crying, like crying, and when I actually got back to the bleachers, I just had to lay down and I was just crying. All my teammates were asking if I was okay and stuff, and I did not want to run at all. So like my mom even tried to talk to coach, like she wants to take me home, and I wanted to go home. I didn't want to run. My mind wasn't there. Like after a while I felt a little bit better, but mentally I did not. Usually when you're not mentally into the thing, you're not going to do well. And my next race was the high hurdle race. So even my teammates were asking him, like, telling him, like, I cannot run, but he didn't listen. But don't judge. Don't be like, oh, this is all his fault. Like, nah. But I got up and went. I got up and went over because they called for the race. I got up, but I wasn't, like, mentally I was not there. I did not want to run at all. So I got over, and we usually have practice runs, right? So I took off all my stuff. Well, not all my stuff. I still had a shirt on. And I started running. But, like, over the first hurdle, I got over the first hurdle. There's 10 hurdles. I got over the first one. But I knew something was off. Like, something was off because my stepping in between the first and second hurdle was 4 steps, and I was supposed to do 3 steps because I usually do 3 steps. But because my mind wasn't there, and like because I was all messed up, I got over the second, but like I don't know how I landed because my right leg is my lead leg, so I get over first with my right leg. I don't remember hitting. I don't remember hitting the hurdle or anything. But I got over, and then all of a sudden, I'm on the floor. And I heard something, like I felt something pop, and I thought it was my ankle. Like I thought I was going to see my ankle in a different position, and I was like, okay. So I sit up, because I was just like, everything was so fast, and like it blacked out, like for a quick second. Like, so I sat up, and I see my kneecap to the right. Now, I watch scary movies and stuff. Like, I can watch gory movies and stuff, but seeing that on my leg, like, imagine this way, but like on your right leg. Like, this was over here. I started screaming so loud. Like, I could not believe what was, like, so much stuff was going through my head while I was down there, and I was just holding on to my leg, like, because that pain shooting up through my leg, it was terrible. And plus it was cold, so I was already on the floor. And my mom, I just remember seeing one of my teammates running up to me, and she like stopped because she was shocked. And then my mom came up, and then my coaches came over, and then I see one of my teammates. She's a freshman. She was a freshman at the time, and she's a hurdler. And I just see, like, I saw her face, and I saw how, like, scared she looked. Like, she looked terrified. Like, she looked traumatized at that moment because I saw her from afar. And I felt bad because I wasn't expecting this, 1. 2, I didn't want her. I wouldn't want anybody to see that. Like, but they came over because, you know, my teammates, and they basically like my fam or whatever. And then the trainer came over, and they tried to put ice on it just because. And then they asked me to wiggle my toes, and They were trying to relax, but I swear I like passed out like 3 times because like, I could not believe what was going on. And all I could think in my head is like, yo, it's broken. Like my knee is broken. Like my season's done. That's all I was thinking. Like I would not be able to run. I lost my scholarship. Everything was lost. Like I thought this is it. Like I wanted, and like it's hard to think back at it because I love running so much. And I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna try. I'm trying not to cry. And I just remember being on the floor for like a good 45 minutes until then finally the ambulance came. And then they talking about it might be broken. I just started crying even more. My mom was crying. One of my I have 3 coaches, and one of my coaches, she was a woman, Tonus. She was trying to comfort my mom, trying to tell her it's all okay. And all like really in my head, I was just like, yo, this is it. Like I'm not gonna be able to run again. This is it. And then putting on the orange strap to keep my leg in place, bro. I couldn't even breathe. And then I had to start crying again because all the pain. That pain was terrible. Like, imagine, like, I know you can't imagine, but, like, really, like, if you see something on a scary movie and they breaking something, that shit hurts like a motherfucker. Excuse my language, but that hurt. Thank God nothing was broken because my healing time would have been probably longer. So, no fractures or anything. So, you know, lifting me up and they already gave me, I don't remember what it starts with, but to try to relax me so I won't feel as much pain. I think it started with morphine, whatever, I think so. And then when they put me on the thing to lift me up onto the thing, bro, all the pain. And I had to scoot myself over a little bit, and then they had to bring my leg over. So and I remember seeing a few of my teammates standing on the field and watching me, and I like waved because I was off it, like I was off drugs, like they freaking drugged me. So I just waved to them, and then they waved back, and I just see like they look traumatized. I was traumatized. Then bringing me onto the thing, and I remember telling my coach to tell the girls I love them, as if I was dying, but I was really off it. But in that ride, like all little tiny bumps, I just felt pain in my leg, and I was just trying to relax. And I remember getting to the hospital, and then when they told me they had to pop my leg back, what? Excuse me? When I told you, I was telling every single nurse in that damn room to put me asleep. Put me asleep. I did not want to feel that. I did not want to go through that. I did not want to know what it looked like, how it felt like. I didn't want to go through it. I wanted to be knocked out when they did it. But they said 1, 2, 3 and said pop, snap my leg right back, straight. It hurt, but it didn't hurt. Like, it was uncomfortable, but it did hurt, but it didn't. You won't understand. Like, I remember it didn't hurt because it was like that. It was like that when they popped it back in. Like, it hurt, but it didn't hurt. Anywho, then my dad came and to the hospital. He left work, so he was with his commander or whatever. He left work. He came to me, and then my coach came like right before I left, but they wanted me to walk, like, with the crutches. When they gave me my crutches, Alright, so these are my crutches. Don't mind the socks. These hurt. Like, the first day, it didn't hurt. But, like, by the second or third day, it hurt. Like, we had to put socks. I was like, I'm not going to feel. They're uncomfortable. Like, they claim they soft. They ain't soft. I had to add my socks. These weren't the socks I had originally. I had, like, other furry socks. My grandmother did this after, like, my first surgery. After a while. So, this is what I had on my leg first. And I couldn't come upstairs, so I was in my mom's room. My grandmother was like, Kimberly was in shock. My grandmother was asking if I was okay. And I had to sit in the back with just my leg up, like in the car. First, my coach drove me and my mom back because her car was at the school. So he has to drive us back. And the ER, now, okay, the ER said it's going to be 2 weeks for my healing time. That's what the ER said. 2 weeks. Remember that. 2 weeks. So I missed a day of school. I come to school. Everybody's shocked. Everybody asks what happened. I'm okay. I just wanted to see my teammates that day, to be honest. Like, walking around, the school is bigger when you can't walk anywhere. Like, when you walk, like, and the bad thing is the elevator is on one side of the school. Like, not as if my classes are on one side of school. Like, no, I had to walk everywhere with them crutches, and that's a lot of work. Like, it was a lot of work. And I just wanted to see my teammates at one point. Like, I wanted the comfort from them. Like, my friends, of course. But, I just wanted to see my teammates. See how they were doing. Because most of them were there. So, like, yeah. Anywho, weeks passed. I started going to physical therapy, of course. Because my whole leg basically shut down. Like, from hip to below, everything shut down. So hip to my ankle, everything shut down. Like I wiggle my toes and stuff, everything shut down. So I started going to physical therapy. They needed an MRI. Okay, we got an MRI like a week later or whatever. Then I find out my MCL is torn. There's a tear. Not the whole thing. My MCL is here, where there's first scars on my side. That helps you like move from side to side and cool, right? So a few days later or whatever, I go to physical therapy. Not physical therapy. My orthopedist. Find out. Y'all ready? I had to have surgery because I tore my MCL. I had to tear my MCL. I had to tear my meniscus. I completely tore off my ACL. And I had to tear my patella tendon. My meniscus is like, there's like two round things that connect your thigh bone and your calf bone together. And my meniscus was torn. Then we have the ACL, which is in between the bones. And then my patella tendon, which comes over, this is like the muscle that comes all the way over here and it reaches over to this side, to this bone. So I had to tear there, or MCL, and like my patella tendon, right? Cool. Now, hearing all that, I was so heartbroken. And then what hurt me the most is that he said my healing time is 6 to 9 months. So I'm thinking, the ER said 2 weeks, right? To come to here 6 to 9 months. So basically I've been saying I'm pregnant with my track self. And I just started crying in that office. Because I wanted to finish my season so badly. I wanted to go to counties. I wanted to finish my season with my team. But that didn't happen. And the fact that I can't run until like December or January of 2019, that hurts me even more. I don't want to cry because I still can't run right now. Like, I could fast walk, but if I jog, you'll see a limp. So, all that, my dad was telling me to be strong, but my mom was like, she already knew. But they knew, like, track was really something I cared about. Even though I know I wasn't going to Olympics or anything, it's just I love the thought of running. Like, I miss going to practice now, but I have to take care of my sister or whatever, so I can't go. So, all that, just, I thought it was over for me, like, wow. And I wanted to run track in college, so, yeah, it is what it is, man. Now, I mean, I'm going to continue running. I'm going to get better. When I'm able to run, I'm going to start running, of course. I'm going to build up my strength. and hopefully I could run in college. Like, I mean, if I don't, I don't. I'm not gonna stop running. Like, I'm gonna keep being in shape. Like, if I could join a track club, I would. Like, a running club, I would. Just to enjoy the pursuit of running. Like, just to enjoy the fact that I'm running and hopefully competing. So, my surgery was April 12th. They switched braces, and I have this, my robot leg, as I say. I don't have to wear this at all, of course, because I'm walking and stuff. But I had my first surgery April 12th. I was scared as hell. I thought I was going under, bro. You should see the operating. One, it was kind of cool in the operating room. Two, tools, all the metal tools that they had to use, you just see all of them. And you just see, like, these cabinets full of stuff. And you see the light, and you see the operating table. And I remember how when they were putting me to sleep with the anesthesia. And they were just asking me questions, and then all of a sudden that thing hit you. Like, at first you can't feel it, but then that thing hit you out of nowhere. Like, it hit you out of nowhere. And I just felt like I was high or something. Like, and then I completely knocked out. One thing I was afraid of is that I thought I was going to wake up. I was like, yo, what if the anesthesia runs off and I wake up during the middle of surgery and my knee is all open? Like, what? But that wasn't the case. But after the surgery, it was hard. I woke up and I just felt major pain. They said I wasn't going to feel it on top of my leg because that's where the nerve blocker is. But on the bottom, under my leg, I'm going to feel it. And I felt it. As soon as I woke up, I felt it. But I went back to sleep a lot because, you know, I was still high off the anesthesia. So when I fully woke up, I was in pain. Like, my mom and dad were there because I called for them at one point when I woke up. And then they had to give me, I asked for a nerve blocker. I just wanted all the pain to go away. And they did. They had to roll me over, but they didn't, and like the nurse was trying to calm me down because I was like, oh, they have to put a needle behind my leg. Like, I don't want that. I don't like needles. And yeah, I get home, I fall asleep, still high from anesthesia. My family came over, you know, took my mind off of things. But the next day, not even like the full next, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, I wake up, extreme pain. Extreme pain. I had to take painkillers. Extreme pain. Remember, I had a major surgery. I had 4 ligaments done. Like, extreme pain. As you can see where they open. This is for my ACL, patella tendon, and meniscus. For MCL, these are where the camera poke holes are. Extreme pain. For 4 days. I tried getting up at one point, but because I was laying down so often, when I felt that blood rushing through my leg, it hurt. It hurt like hell. And then my butt was hurting because I was constantly laying down. And then extreme pain, like every day. Like my godmother came over and she just looked like I was just screaming. Because I had to take the painkillers every 6 hours in between or whatever. Extreme pain. Because by the time I felt it, I usually fall asleep for like 3 hours or something. So most of the time I was in pain or I was sleeping. I didn't eat. I didn't have an appetite. Like, I didn't have an appetite at all. Extreme pain. By the 4th day after my surgery, I had to go to physical therapy. So I had to get up and walk. And my dad had to take us. And I remember him bringing my foot down slowly and all the blood rushing through. Like, he's just telling me to breathe. Because I couldn't put my foot on the floor. I couldn't put any weight. So feeling my legs swing, and I had to learn how to use the crutches while I'm in pain, and it was just bad. But then, you know, time after time, and I remember going to physical therapy, and then he bending my leg and doing that bouncy thing on my leg. Oh, pain, extreme pain. And over the 3 months, my leg didn't move anywhere. It became stiff. My knee became stiff. Like, it only really was at a 45-degree angle. And when I get pulled, it become like 70. Flexion is supposed to be 120. And when it doesn't sound like a lot, but it hurts because every degree hurts when you move it or you pull it. and I had to get my extension back. It was hard. So I didn't want to go back into surgery because I would have had to go back into surgery if it became stiff, and that's what happened. I had to get my surgery, but then at one point I just gave up because I was like, yo, my leg is not doing anything. It's not moving anywhere. It's not doing anything. And there's so many times where I just wanted to give up, and mentally I was giving up. Like, I really wasn't the same person. Like, I cried a lot to myself, knowing I couldn't do much. And I remember when I got out the house and was able to walk without it, and there was like little accomplishments I had, but I knew, like, yo, my leg is not moving anywhere. It's not doing anything. I can't slide my leg back. I couldn't do any of that. Like, it'll stop at a certain point. Like, you see here, right? You see that red dot? Right. So it's at 30, where it's at 0, right? And then it'll stop like here. This is how far my leg was going. And it wasn't going any further, like sliding it up or anything. Sitting down and trying to move your leg back and forth, it couldn't do any of that. So I had to get surgery again. But in my mind, I was like, okay, because I built up too much scar. I healed, but I overhealed. And my leg was on guard mode, so it overhealed. And I had to go back into surgery, and January 26th. Yeah, because I needed to go after prom and graduation. I didn't want to be on a cane or anything. I didn't want to be slow, so I waited till after. And it did me good. I didn't have to wear the brace after that surgery. It was only like an hour. I had a cane. And I went to physical therapy every day for like 2 to 3 weeks. It was painful, but I got through it. And now look where I'm at. I could ride a bike again. I finally swam for the first time. Like, the first time I went to try to swim, I don't have muscle. I didn't have any muscle. My leg is jiggle. So I couldn't swim. But I actually swam for the first time, and now I can fast walk. I can even do a little backwards run. It's like a little limp, but my leg is bending further and further day by day, and I just got to keep stretching it and working on it because I don't want to get built up. Because I could build up scar tissue again, and I'll have to go back in. And I don't want to go back in. I don't want to go through that. I don't want to go through that. I don't. Like, it was sore. My leg was sore after the second surgery. It wasn't pain, it was just sore. And I had a machine that I had to go on that bent my leg, and it had a cooling machine, and man, it was a lot. But I'm glad where I am today. Like, I've put some work. Went to physical therapy. I could start going to the gym now, and I mean, hopefully everybody, he says, and this surgery might have made me stronger. Tearing off my ACL, it might have made me stronger. So yeah, my mom says this was a necessary evil, and God has a plan for everybody in life. So this was just one of my experiences and a story to tell everybody. My dad tore his ACL, and he always told me about it, and I've gone through the same thing, but worse. But I'm better. I'm enjoying this time as much as possible, and hopefully when I'm able to run, and I'll be as better than I was before. So that's my story.
That booty and stuff, shit. Shit. Pop it, stop it, drop it, pop it. If I hit a Lexus sky, I'm a motherfucking rocket. Shit. I ain't got no fucking heart. I can't be loyal to you, whore. You weren't here from the start. Twerk. Girl, I wanna see you twerk. I throw a little money if you twerk. I don't really think you can twerk. Twerk. If you broke, go to work. Make that big booty twerk.